Hey Pewter Report listeners, James Hill here, back with yet another video, and let's talk about rookie wide receiver Trey Palmer, because recently Buccaneers offensive coordinator Dave Canales, when talking to Pewter Report in one of the most recent Pewter Report podcasts, go check that out if you haven't, by the way, said that the speed is real with Trey Palmer. Dave Canales gave a good amount of praise for Palmer when asked as to what players have impressed him so far up to this point as the team's offensive coordinator. Palmer was one of those guys who was receiving praise from Dave Canales. And I think that it is such an interesting situation to look at, right? Because of the wide receiver battle that is going to be going on. I've already talked about Devin Tompkins. There's going to be a couple of more wide receivers I'm going to be talking about besides Trey Palmer. But I wanted to lock in on Trey Palmer today because, look, folks, when the draft happened and Trey Palmer was taken by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I know a lot of people were excited about this 6th round draft pick. A lot of people thought that Trey Palmer should have went way earlier in the NFL draft, possibly a 4th or 5th round selection. According to Lance Zierlein of the NFL Network, he was projected to be a 5th round guy, fell in the 6th round to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and his speed is real, man. A 4.33 40-yard dash, a 1.51 10-yard split. Trey Palmer's got legitimate speed, and he's 6 foot, 192 pounds. He's got some pretty good size to be a versatile wide receiver, be it on the outside, be it on the inside. Trey Palmer has a lot of ability. And whenever you go back to his college football career, his first 3 years at LSU didn't do too much. The best year that he had was his junior year, where he had 30 receptions, 344 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. However, he then went on to Nebraska in his final year, where he put up some pretty good numbers, man. 71 receptions, 1,043 receiving yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns. He also had 5 rushing attempts with 75 rushing yards. All in all, some pretty good stats in your final year in Trey Palmer. And I know that we've seen this from a lot of draft-eligible guys in the past where they don't do anything their first 3 years. Their senior year, they go out, they put amazing numbers, they end up getting drafted, right? But with Dave Canales and with this new Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, I think that you have such a unique opportunity here with Trey Palmer, with that speed, with that size specifically. I know we talked about Devin Tompkins and all the different things that he could potentially be for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in terms of a gadget player, and I still believe that that is a possibility. But with Trey Palmer, he's already had some rushing attempts in the past at Nebraska. He's, gotten a lot of opportunities as a receiving option as well. Of course, he plays wide receiver. Why wouldn't he be getting a lot of opportunities? But point being is that Trey Palmer is another one of those guys that I really think you can use in a lot of different ways. Again, 6 foot, 192 pounds. You can use him in a lot of cool ways, I think, be it in the slot, be it as an outside wide receiver. I think he's got the size to be an outside wide receiver. Again, you look back in the backfield, could they do stuff with that? Could they do something with him regarding the screen game? Like, there's so many interesting opportunities there with Palmer, with his speed specifically. Also, you got to think, would Trey Palmer be a guy who could potentially be somebody who could help out with kick and punt returning? He had 18 punt returns for LSU in 2021. He also had 7 kick returns in there as well. Whenever he went to Nebraska, that was not the same amount of opportunities there. He only had 7 total returns between punt and kick returning. But you look at that speed, I think that you can make a legitimate argument that Trey Palmer may get some looks at returner for the Buccaneers in his first year. Now, granted, it is his rookie season, right? And people have been very impressed with Trey Palmer, myself included, in the early workouts. You look at rookie minicamp, you look at mandatory minicamp, you look at OTAs. Trey Palmer has shown some good ability, but that's in shorts and t-shirts. We've got to see how Trey Palmer is going to look in full-on pads. The Bucs fans will remember a lot of situations in the past. Everybody looks at Kenny Bell, where guys have looked pretty good in shorts and t-shirts in the past, but whenever the pads come on and live play happens at the NFL level, guys can shirk away. Jalen Darden is one of the more recent examples of that, in my opinion. So Trey Palmer has still got a lot to prove in his rookie year, and I don't think that it is an automatic thing, right? To say this guy's going to be the wide receiver 4 and he's going to be a star returner and he's going to be a good rotational wide receiver. No, that still remains to be seen. Now, I think that people can certainly be optimistic for Trey Palmer and how he is going to do on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. And look, there's a lot to be excited about. Again, everything that I've talked about in this video already, the size, the speed. Trey Palmer looks like a pretty complete package in terms of overall athleticism and size and ability as a wide receiver. But what is going to be interesting there is if he is able to put it all together at the NFL level and really solidify a role as a 4th wide receiver, maybe a 5th wide receiver, and possibly even a returner as well. But folks, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Do you think Trey Palmer can have a productive rookie year? Do you think it may take him a little bit of time to adjust at the NFL level? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this player down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream here on Pewter Report. But until then, and as always, folks, goodbye for now and see you soon.